Hi. We're here to play good games. Unlike Kingdom Hearts.
Fuck you, that game's great.
I know, to each their own. We don't want to play Ace Attorney today.
My voice is not built for voice acting.
That. And I'm tired. Oh yeah, motion controls. Alright. Mario Galaxy 1, we did Luma, but that's not an option, so... Fucking... I don't know. Yoshi?
Tax Evader?
Tax Evader. Yes, I do want to use this. As I mentioned in 358, I prefer this game over Galaxy 2. I just do.
Okay, so... Let's continue on where we left off from 358.
Okay.
When we were talking about LS Mark's videos.
Watch episode 3, by the way.
So, let's talk about his video on fucking cartoon theories.
Yeah.
Because, my god, were they all fucking bad. I've known, I think I knew, 95% of all the theories you listed.
How many of them were, characters in a coma, characters with schizophrenia?
Yeah, all of them just were fucking terrible. And I heard them when they were, fucking being, made into a thing back in the 2012s. Basically the early 2010s. Because I was heavily into creepypasta culture. Shocker, I know.
Wow.
But that means that I was there for, a bunch of these theories fucking showing up everywhere.
Yeah. Whole bunch of...
Well, some of the ones you listed I actually found on Creepypasta the Creepypasta wiki, after they'd shown up and stuff like that.
Oh, right, I don't have spin attack. I was trying to do that.
Because even back then, I'd wiki crawl.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
and I loved looking into cartoon theories because I was that edgy.
That one theory where SpongeBob characters represented the 7 deadly sins.
Definitely found that there, yeah. I'm pretty sure most of them got moved to crappy pasta and stuff like that.
Timmy's fairies aren't real, and Mr. Crocker is doing funny stuff to him.
Why did so many of these fucking things, devolve into sexual predators and shit?
Because they want to give their kitty.
The one where, Ellis Mark pointed out the whole Nas thing. With, the whole raped and killed. What? Why?
Because everyone just wants to wants to add edge into their kitty franchises they like. Which, not everything needs to be edgy.
Yeah. Kind of wish I could look into the video and, see what he came up with, one by one, and then talk about, how I feel about that, theory and stuff like that.
It was all just a dream theory.
But it's a bit of a struggle because I'm also ordering food and I'm waiting for that shit to show up. So let's see if I can do that while also casually switching back and forth. At the rate we're going, by the way, my food won't show up until 5.
I've also been reminded that LS Mark is younger than me by about 3 months. And I find that kind of scary. Right, I don't have to spin jump.
Okay. So, I guess we'll go over the whole, these things are in hell and stuff like that, theories first, because that's the ones he brought up. Okay, the Bikini Atoll one, there at it has some basis, because the series actually goes out of its way to hint at the possibility that that's actually a thing. Pretty sure they even name drop it at one point.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not because of the radiation that's definitely not why, the fish are like that. It's just kind of a thing.
It's a cartoon. Not
just that, but, there's this one guy, who made these SpongeBob theories. You know the one.
Skin theory?
Yeah, it's something. No, not just that.
But, is it that guy?
The guy who did things like Squilliam actually isn't rich and stuff like that. One of the theories he brought up was about, like, why the fish are the way they are. And specifically, he talked about how, like, in one of the episodes, at one point, there's this, like, green moon called, like, Neptune's moon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it actively makes the characters go back to being, like, more realistic animals.
Yeah.
And it's, like, heavily implied that these realistic animals are very much an actual thing that still show up in this world. It's just, like, essentially the creatures of, like, the sea that we normally see just live away from them because to them they're wild animals. So kind of like how in Disney, Pluto and Goofy exist.
Yeah, and they're both dogs.
But, like, clearly one's a lot more advanced and one's a lot more animalistic.
Yeah.
And so, kind of like how with humans, humans and apes are distantly related, but one's clearly a lot more advanced than the other.
Yeah. Wow.
So if you're asking why, it's because in the world of SpongeBob, the fish people just kind of evolved.
Evolution. You know, human evolution. Pretty sure we evolved from fish. No, we didn't. Well, did we? Did we? Fuck. But yeah, moral of the story, cartoon theories are stupid.
We technically evolved from a type of reptilian like fish thing that started crawling up out of the water, and then its descendants like grew into several different things, including the first mammals.
Well,
but like let's continue on with this whole thing. The seven deadly sins thing. That one was always stupid. Especially because, like, for lust, they always just put in a random girl.
Yeah. I've heard Pearl. I think it was Pearl. It's inconsistent.
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember who was who. Mostly.
Skinwalker theory, which, this was a coach theory about, like, how Skinwalker thing. I could see it on some level. I always liked the theory that, like, everything was encouraged its head more. But at the same time, the world of courage is fucking weird.
Yeah. Breaking news: cartoons are not realistic.
Like, even more so than some of the worlds. But yeah. Fucking Squidward Suicide was just a fucking...
Yeah.
That's just a creepypasta.
Which got referenced in an official episode.
Yeah, that one... They cut...
That got censored after it aired.
Yeah.
But the thing the internet took notice.
That one was always stupid.
Yeah. Cartoon creepypastas are like, lost episode with more gory graphic content. That was stupid.
The Christopher Robin one was also really fucking stupid. Because automatically, canonically, all the characters of Winnie the Pooh are literally just his imaginary friends.
Yes. Hey, look, it's Waifu Baby.
Christopher Robin's the one real character there. Everything else is literally just his stuffed toys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So why the fuck did you guys try to make this edgy, even though it really has no reason to?
Because everything needs to be edgy these days. That's their excuse.
The fucking Fairly Odd Parents theory is so goddamn stupid. Because people see Cosmo and Wanda all the time. Especially in the later seasons, as stupid as they are.
Yeah.
So clearly they're real.
Fairy godparents.
There's also the whole making Crocker a diddler thing. No, we see him like try to have relationships. We know he's attracted to women and shit. Why would you make him a pedo?
Because this shit needs to be edgy.
The Rugrats Angelica. Oh god, that theory was always just edgy creepypasta bullshit. Especially when they get to the whole. He didn't cover this. But when they get to the whole, like, how they reconcile the Angelica thing with fucking all grown up. You did. I remember correctly in the video. He never covered this, but like they talk about like how her friend Susie, like the one real girl, and like eventually it's like and all that, like for a while the baby things went away, but then Angelica got heavily into drugs and starts seeing the babies again, now all grown up, and then she dies, and then like the series is made by the series, like her friend takes all of her, Angelica's things and makes it into Rugrats. You see why he cut that part out, right?
Yeah.
That's so fucking stupid!
Not everything needs to be dark and edgy.
Shit like that, and like the whole Hey Arnold theory about like how it's about a kid who died, and that. Like anytime it's just like, oh, the creators were taking the real story of someone and then they died. No! How fucking stupid are you? We could tell if there was a real person like that. There'd be records and shit.
But what if they erase the records?
Like, if at any point, like, like the creation of Rugrats, if there was someone like that in there, we would have been able to eventually tell, because a lot of their biographies are right there, and you can just look into it, and then people would notice like, oh, this woman's clearly like who this character's based off of, and she used to have a friend like that, huh? That's weird. Probably with the inspiration and shit. And that ain't even getting into the fact that we know who everyone related to the creation of that show.
They're just dumb.
Along with that whole Hey Arnold, like the Pigeon Man killed himself thing, we know that was never meant to actually be like suicide.
People are stupid.
Like we have the creator's word on that shit. What was actually happening? Oh, and like the whole Alice Mark bringing up like the whole, why are fairies why are fairies the only ones with pupils, even though there's multiple one-off characters with pupils? Like, people do have pupils. Oh, and that fucking theory. That theory always was stupid.
Which one?
The whole Fairly Odd Parents and like Danny Phantom are the same series.
Oh yeah. That
one was always stupid, especially because some of these characters are like clearly the same ones, but grown up. Like, no, what do you want about? Like, for instance, fucking calling Pauline and Trixie the same girl.
No.
Trixie's clearly Asian and Paulina's Latina. What do you want about?
I don't know. Not everything needs to be connected, you know.
That ain't even getting into like the idea that like fucking Chester would become like a fucking Flash and Dash and fucking Tucker and AJ are the same character, even though they're clearly not, and they have very different characteristics. Oh, and the idea that Sam and Tootie are the same girl, even though no. Heck, we know their backstories. We have heard the backstories of the Danny Phantom characters, and we know they've been friends since kindergarten.
It's just dumb.
They were friends way before Timmy made his friends. And I didn't even take into consideration that Tootie and Timmy were basically never friends.
Yeah.
Any sort of friendship or romantic relationship with them almost always happens well after they both grow up in any of the Fairly Odd Parents media.
Yeah. As much as I don't want to acknowledge the live action movies.
Ash Coma, that one was always goddamn stupid.
I don't need to... Especially
because of the fact that it kept getting even worse as the years went by.
Yeah.
Because, the original Ash Coma theory came out during the events of Gen 4. Especially with, how, they tried to, make everything super interconnected. But, then there's the fact that, fucking... Some of the ideas that they had for what these characters represent, James being, his internalized, homosexuality, but also in the same theory they make it so that each girl, like Misty, May, and Dawn, were like more and more his idealized version of a girl.
Yeah.
Which, first of all, no, that's so stupid. If he's homosexual and he's straight, like, why not just make it so that he's bi? Why you gotta, like...
Because biphobia is a thing.
Yeah, like, why you gotta make it so, like, oh, he's internally like this, and, like, he's afraid of that, like... Motherfuckers, we were already in the 2010s, you could just say bi.
But you gotta like one or the other, that's how it is.
And then that ain't even taking into consideration the idea that, like, the fact that, like, they're saying that, like, May and Dawn kept becoming more and more like his ideal women, even though Dawn and him never got into a relationship. And what I will say, in my opinion, Dawn is probably the closest girl to Ash. Like, out of all of his traveling companions, there was a reason why Dawn was the one that was basically the only one out of his old companions to show up for the tournament in person. And that's the fact that she's clearly meant to be, essentially, out of all his traveling companions, his best friend.
Yeah.
As shown by the fact that, unlike every other traveling companion, they both have, like, a unique, like, way to say hi to each other, involving, like, a high five and stuff like that. That they always do anytime they reunite and stuff like that, or, like, when they, like, win and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that entire theory fell apart super fucking hard in Kalos.
Yeah.
Like,
Serena, I think her name is.
Serena is introduced. Serena, who vitally is a part of Ash's past that Ash actually has no recollection of until she brings it up to him. Because they met as children at a summer camp that Professor Oak held. And like, during this summer camp, she got herself injured and he helped her out. And she gained a crush out of that. Like the time at summer camp for her, like, was very influential to her. And on some level, she didn't remember it herself until, like, seeing his courage, like, at fucking Garchomp thing near the beginning. And, like, that's when she, like, starts getting interested in him. And then she remembers it, and, like, it all comes flooding back, and she eventually tells him, like, well after the fact. But this is a character who automatically comes in, has feelings for him, and straight up is essentially the closest thing he has to a love interest.
Yeah.
To the point where she kisses him at the end of the series. So, like, if there's anyone who's meant to be his love interest, it's him. It's her. Yeah, like clearly, like, that's the one that you're meant to think of as Ash's love interest, because that's the one that they're building up to that. They never bring it up because her story eventually, like, leads to the point of her essentially growing past her obsessive crush with Ash. So, like, her story is basically she needs to, like, find her own reasons to be doing stuff.
Yeah.
Most anime fans were not happy with that because they really wanted to see her actually reunite with him for more than fucking 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But, like, that entire situation basically led to just the most clear romance for him. And you're telling me I have to believe that Dawn is the one that like, his subconscious would create to, like, oh, she's the perfect girl for him. Like, I love Dawn and all that, and she's clearly my favorite when it comes to, like, shipping with him. But the writers were clearly pushing one girl further.
Serena.
And that ain't even taken into consideration that, first of all, this is a girl who is straight up from his past. And not just from his past, but a past that he barely remembers because he was a little kid when that happened.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way someone who's in a coma would remember that shit out of nowhere.
It's true.
And that ain't even taking into consideration the whole internalized, like, homosexuality thing with James. That makes no fucking sense. Because if you don't know, any time, like, we see James getting into like actually starting a romantic thing with anyone.
Yeah.
It's only happened a few times, and more specifically, the most famous time it happened was in a manga that was adapting the original series. Because these characters aren't really meant to grow. The guy's straight, as much as people don't like to believe that. And it's especially funny because the only reason people think he's gay is because of the voice he has in the dub.
Yeah.
Like, the one canonical love interest he ever gets, outside of his fiancée that he doesn't like, is Jessie.
Yeah.
The one manga that actually put them in and then and then decided to do like a romantic thing with him involved him impregnating Jessie.
Well, okay, I've heard enough.
Like, because specifically they quit Team Rocket and essentially got married.
Hmm.
And like that was the revelation they had at the end of the manga, but like having it be that it's mentioned inside of the fucking letter that they gave to him after they quit, saying that like they're having a kid and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the fact is, we barely get any romance things with him, but what we do get is like exclusively like women.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that this is the motherfucker that's meant to represent his homosexuality? If we were gonna call anyone that, it'd probably been Go.
Yeah. Oh well. I've heard enough of these.
But like,
please.
That theory is always stupid. The Adventure Time theory, that was. How the fuck did that one even last?
I
don't even know why that became a theory, like a popular theory in the first place. Literally, from the very start, anyone who'd ever seen that opening had their own theory immediately. Oh, this is a post-apocalypse.
Yeah.
And it was proven right. Like, damn near immediately after that theory was posted. Because we know when that one was posted, it was, if I remember correctly, it was on the creepypasta wiki.
Yeah.
And like, few weeks later, it was proven that yes, this is in fact a post-apocalyptic world, because the episodes talking about like how this world came to be eventually happened. The figment of Candace's imagination one is fucking stupid.
I think we've learned a point from this.
Yeah, these are all terrible.
People thought these up.
Also, you want to know one of the biggest influences for why the whole purgatory cul-de-sac thing happened?
Why?
The idea was like, oh, their like tongues are different. Clearly, they must be corpses. No, we know why the tongues are differently colored. Like, we actually know this for a fact. You want to know why?
Why?
Danny Antonucci has gone on record to say the reason the kids from the cul-de-sac have weirdly colored tongues is because they eat a bunch of candy. Literally, their tongues are colored that way because a bunch of them are constantly eating candy that colors their tongues. You know, kind of like how anytime you'd eat blue raspberry candy, that shit would turn blue.
Yeah.
It's that.
That's how it works, usually. I do remember seeing one theory.
And like the funniest part is, they went for like a show by Danny Antonucci, a man who would actually pull that kind of shit. But he did pull that shit in his own show. There's an entire episode where the implication is Ed and Eddie's entire show is literally just Eddie in his old age recollecting like his memories of his youth.
Huh. I've never seen that show.
That show's a classic. You should.
Maybe.
Like, it has a great ending. Like, that was originally meant to be one of the endings. They decided to not go with that one. So then they went back to status quo. And then they did have an ending, and it was great. It was specifically like, we finally got to see shit like Eddie's brother, and the cul-de-sac kids finally started accepting the Ed boys.
Let's see. Wait, let's just leave me in a circle.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, have you ever seen one theory that said like Veronica is Trixie's godparent in Fairly Odd Parents because of the way her eyes are drawn? Because normal humans don't have pupils, but fairies do. And for some reason,
we're just gonna ignore the fact that when Timmy becomes a fairy, he doesn't have pupils.
Well,
because Timmy's fairy form is literally just the 3D model of his cartoon self with fucking wings.
Yeah. It's... The moral of the story is that these theories are dumb and you shouldn't really look too deep into them.
In reality, the only theory is that, like, they weren't very consistent about the fucking character design of the show.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, now I gotta go back to the 8. So speaking of cartoons, I'm currently watching through Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the 2008 series. Because I was still in the mood after wrapping up my Star Wars video, which still haunts me.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know... I don't know, I also started watching OKKO on Hulu because it took it off Max for some stupid reason. HBO Max.
Yeah. I remember that show being pretty good.
It's good. I'd say it's criminally underrated, and I'm really enjoying it. It only got 3 seasons.
I need to get around to watching that show.
It's really good. It's on Hulu, but you know you can always pirate it.
Yeah.
Just to say.
I have Hulu.
Just to say fuck Warner Brothers. Yeah. Episodes are only 11 minutes long, but pretty good.
Yeah.
Really good, actually.
The aesthetic itself feels like something I would enjoy a lot.
And then I remembered I had this fucking combo pack disc on PS4 that came with a Steven Universe game and an OKKO game. So I popped that in and played a little bit of it. It's a game.
Just like of any time game, it's a game.
Although the creators and staff were heavily involved with it, so it's faithful. See, that's how you should make a tie-in game. You should make sure all the creative staff is involved. So otherwise you get shit like... I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. But...
Otherwise you got shit like the fucking Game Boy Color South Park game.
Yeah, hello? I'm good. Steven's here. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. Okay, bye.
Huh?
That was my dad.
Where's that?
He was wondering. My mom's dropping off a package that arrived at her house for me. At around 5:30. But, yeah. That was just to drop it off. So, probably sent home later. Maybe. Fuck. In other news, Sony unveiled the PS5 Slim, like, a couple days ago, and it looks stupid. I don't know if you've seen it.
No.
It's... PS5 Slim. It's not even that much smaller.
The thing is, the PS5's already pretty slim. It needs to be shorter.
It's not even that much shorter.
It looks damn near fucking identical.
It has a detachable disk drive. But, I don't know. Sony's stupid. The CEO is stepping down, so there's that. The one who pushed Sony to what it is right now.
Yeah.
Thank God. He will not be missed. But there were 2 Nintendo Directs held in our absent time. Number 1 was a Direct focused on Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which, fun fact, you can find demos for that at local Switch kiosks and stores.
I've never actually watched that Direct.
Well, they have 11 or 12 playable characters in that. Including some that weren't, like... Actually, I didn't have this without the full stars. Ta-da! So the playable characters are Mario, big shocker.
Yeah.
Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Yellow Toad, Blue Toad, separate once again.
Why the fuck these guys are counted as characters, I'll never know.
They were in the new Super Mario Brothers games. Toadette, Green Yoshi, Yellow Yoshi, Light Blue Yoshi, Red Yoshi, and Nabbit.
Fucking stop the presses. I think the only character exciting to play is Daisy.
The Yoshis and Nabbit are meant to be like the I'm bad at platformers characters, in which they can't get killed by enemies, but they don't take power-ups.
Wow.
Unfortunately, the game does not have proper online play, which is depressing. Overall, the game looks very, very good. Comes out the same day as Spider-Man 2.
Fair enough.
Up to 4 players locally. The one thing that horrifies me the most about that is that they did not learn a lesson from Mario 3D World, and it is a shared life count. So if someone dies, like in multiplayer.
Yeah.
Because I played the entirety of 3D World with 3 other people, and they had a death counter at the end of the game, and it was like 500, 600, and a good chunk of those were just someone tossing another player down an edge. But for wonder, they have this mechanic where I can't talk. They have this mechanic where if you die, you'll be as a floating ghost for a couple seconds, and another player can just like touch you to revive you, and you won't lose a life.
Isn't that just straight up the same thing that they have for like Super Mario Bros. Wii, where like you come in as a bubble?
Oh no, that's after you get revived. Because yeah. Staff also said this game was made without deadlines, and they intentionally made it as wacky as they could.
That checks out.
Yeah. There's new power-ups.
I'm not gonna told you that.
There's the elephant one. There's at least... Let me look at these. Oh, and it was also announced that Charles Martinet is stepping back from the voice of Mario, Luigi, Waluigi, everyone.
Yeah, I heard about that, but also I then heard that he said, "What do you mean I'm stepping back?"
Well, he's not recording new voice clips, so if they like port a game, they'll still reuse the voice clips from that.
Yeah.
And the voice actors, the new voice actors will not be known until the game comes out.
Good. We have enough cases of like voice actors getting harassed by like obsessive fans.
Bubble Mario and Drill Mario are new.
Sure about that Drill Mario thing being new?
Well, it's different from the Mario Galaxy 2 iteration. Instead of like, okay, now I know it. Like Mario carries a drill, it's Mario turns into a drill.
Looks pretty damn near identical to what I just said.
And this is what Bubble Mario looks like. It's like an old Smash Brothers costume.
She finally got the water power up.
Yeah. We had fire, we had ice, now have water. Yeah, the game looks good. I have a minor concern about the shared life count, but I think it'll be fine. I am disappointed that it does not really have online play, but oh well.
You can only have so much.
You can only have so much. 3D World had it, but again, oh well. I'm not gonna cry about it. But after that, there was a standard everyone's here Nintendo Direct. And I'm gonna be honest, I forgot the entire thing already.
I guess I could bring up the thing. Stuff that I remember is stuff like F-Zero 99.
Oh, that I remember that. F-Zero's back, bitches!
Finally stop complaining, but you won't.
Now they'll find another dead Nintendo franchise to bitch about.
No, I was making reference to the fact that a bunch of them still complain about the 99. Even though the vast majority of people admit that that one actually looks pretty cool.
99 is fine, I played a little bit of it. We lost Pac-Man 99 for this. Either that game is shutting down or it's already been shut down. Oh, and also real quick, speaking of Nintendo shutdowns, online servers for all Wii U and 3DS games will be going offline in April 2024.
Oh yeah, I heard this piece of news. Animal Crossing is getting a Lego set.
Oh yeah, that too. Lego Animal Crossing, Wii U, 3DS online shutdown. People are really sad they won't be able to play Pokemon XY online anymore.
First thing to note was the Splatoon 3 expansion pass showing Oct.
Yep.
It was clearly DJ Deadfish.
There was a whole pronoun war on the Splatoon subreddit, which,
A what?
people were wondering, is the new character, a girl or non-binary? And there was a whole fucking pronoun war over that, and I'm like...
Does it fucking matter? We haven't even met them yet.
And then a mod just stepped in and said, okay guys, stop. This is
Mario vs. Donkey Kong got a remake.
Yeah, I had the DS one, and I really enjoyed it.
Prince of Persia got Spotlight.
I don't care about Prince of Persia.
Horizon 2, Super Crazy Rhythm Castle, the Spy X Family game.
Yeah, that surprised me, it was there.
Super Mario RPG, with confirmation that there will be rematches, but the game will also be slightly easier.
Wow. You're telling me old games were hard?
But at the same time, the rematches are, like, actually pretty hard.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And there was a sneak hint at the idea that that like the secret boss is returning.
Mm-hmm.
Another Code Recollection, which is a collection of a DS and a Wii game. The Wii game never having come out in the West. But the people who have played the DS game are pretty excited about that.
I've never heard of it, so...
Princess Peach Showtime. That looks pretty good.
The title of the Princess Peach game that was announced in June, I think.
People had an immediate field day with Sword Fighter Peach. To be fair, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good outfit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Saga Emerald Beyond is a thing. Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered is a thing.
I bought every classic Tomb Raider game on Steam and they were like $1 each.
Trombone Champ.
Actually, less than $1. Trombone Champ, I looked at that just to see if it was a pre-existing game, and it was. It's on Steam. People actually like it, but you can mod in stuff on the Steam version. So
yeah, Detective Pikachu, I kind of skipped over
Who
because
cares?
we don't need to.
Just who cares?
Battle Crush is a thing. War Tales is a thing. Contra Operation Galuga is a thing.
Contra's still alive.
People are excited. People who played vanilla stock games are excited about, or vanilla Unicorn Overlord. So that's pretty good. It's a tactics game. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD is still a thing, and some people are excited, some people are not.
I'm excited because I really like that game on the 3DS, and I'm glad they're using the European title because over here it was called Dark Moon.
Which made no sense.
And I thought Luigi's Mansion 2 was always a better title.
Nintendo Museum sounds like it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Release dates for the Zelda and Ganondorf and Noah, Mio, and Sora Amiibo figures.
Thank God Sora's getting an Amiibo. Thank Disney.
More of an announcement that Sora's getting a figure. He's not getting a release date yet.
Yeah, it's 2024, but I wish they did like separate Amiibo for all those different like costumes, but I'm glad we're even doing one at all.
F-Zero 99, like I mentioned. A League of Legends game.
Ew.
WarioWare Move It.
That was confusing.
Eiyuden Chronicles, which is the spiritual successor to the Suikoden games.
Mm-hmm.
Eastward Octopia DLC. Wargroove 2, Dave the Diver, which a lot of people are excited about.
Uh-huh.
The Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster.
Yeah, we're getting 4 new characters. I think they're...
Everyone was like shocked that we were getting more than one.
Actually, there was only 2 slots left on
Yeah,
there. I mentioned...
Oh yeah, right.
I remember I mentioned, because like, people were like, what... I was like, people say Mario Kart Wii is better just because Funky Kong's in it and not in Deluxe.
That Funky Kong guy.
Funky Kong's back. This game is good now. And also...
Among Us.
Yeah, that caught me off guard. And my sister texted me that, and she's like, I hate this.
And Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door is getting a remake.
Yep.
People are pretty goddamn excited about that one.
People love Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door.
And it is the best game in that franchise, so that makes sense.
I've only played a little bit of the N64 one.
I haven't played any of them, but like even I know its reputation.
Yeah. Because like...
I'm just happy GameCube games are coming to something other than the GameCube.
Yeah. I guess it's better than... Well, yeah. Would you rather have GameCube NSO or repurchase every individual game for $60, $50?
To be fair, we're asking about a remake and not an actual like one-to-one thing.
Like full remake or just dump the ROM on an NSO service?
On one hand, I'd like the GameCube one, but I'd also like some of these games to be more updated.
Yeah. Because, like, I don't think every single GameCube game out there will get this kind of remaster remake treatment.
But for now,
this will suffice. Also,
it works for what the Switch is right now.
Also, we just got the entire Game Boy line earlier this year, and I still forget that's a thing. Although... Oracle of Ages and Seasons were added, as well as Kirby and the Amazing Mirror.
Yep.
Wow, I can finally play that game with my non-existent friends. Yes, I'm sad. But yeah, that direct was pretty good. I actually slept through it for the first time, because I was like, okay, I'm done dealing with these 7 AM directs. So I slept through it and watched it right when I woke up. That was a good sleep, I'll say that. I'm still sad there's no new Tomodachi Life, but I've come to expect that at this point.
You're asking for Tomodachi Life, a game that, let's be honest here, was never going to be, like, more than a major thing.
People really want it.
Yeah. How well did it sell again?
Top 10 highest selling 3DS games that made it that high.
My only response to you is... You ever think that maybe the reason that they don't bring it back up is because of the fact that
it's a 3DS game?
Well, that and the fact that, let's be honest here,
they're scared after the Miitopia incident.
Yes.
Yeah, I think about that. Like, I think they're scared.
Like, I think they're scared to touch Mii's since then. Outside of
Switch Sports.
I guess that and that one adventure game.
What was it?
The one that we played?
Miitopia, that's the same thing.
No, not... Oh, yeah, I thought we were talking about, like, that one, like, Mii mobile app thing.
Oh, Miitomo?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Well, I guess, actually, the Miis have consistently been proven to be, like, well-liked, but also pretty dangerous to keep around.
Dangerous in the sense that... Have you seen that makeup?
Dangerous in the sense that, like, it was used for predators.
Oh, yeah. Well, Nintendo actually did recently renew the trademark for Tomodachi Life.
My only response to that is, you ever think that it's never going to happen on the Switch? Wanna know why?
Why?
Because we've literally been consistently hearing that, like, late 2024, they're going to be announced the successor to the Switch.
Oh, yeah, Switch 2. Other ramblings about that.
Like, automatically, we know for a fact that, like, the stuff that we heard in this direct, or it is almost certainly going to be the last of the mainline stuff of the Switch.
So, I can start hoping for Tomodachi Life on Switch, too! Else.
I mean, yeah, I guess you can.
I guess. It's been 10 years, damn it. Yeah, a lot of Switch 2 talk recently. Some say power levels are like PS4. One source said Nintendo showed it that some people that games probably had PS5 power levels.
Okay, you see, the thing about that is, let's be 100% realistic here and say it's almost certainly gonna be PS4.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting.
But also, let's be 100% like objective here. The PS5 is basically just a souped-up PS4.
Isn't that what every next-gen console is ever since?
Well, every next-gen console that isn't the Nintendo stuff.
I'm expecting...
But when I say it's a souped-up PS4, I mean, I swear to God, the thing just has better specs, but it also has less functionality.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Captain Toad. From the Mario movie.
The Toad voiced by Keegan-Michael Key.
Keegan-Michael Key Toad. What was I saying? What were we talking about?
We were talking about the Switch.
Oh yeah. I'm expecting PS4 power levels for a Switch 2. I would be pleasantly surprised if it goes up to PS5 levels.
I think... wait, well, my food's almost here. But there is one thing we can talk about this that like makes me believe that I think I have an idea why they said that it looks like a PS5 in certain things.
Mario. Hello, waifu bait.
Hello, best girl. I have no shame.
I know, I have this funny YouTube short I made. Anyway, see
Where
you.
do I toss my recyclables?
I'll